Hello, my vivacious Virgo, and welcome to your weekend and next week energy reading. This is just a general energy reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, check out the other signs in your charts as well as your moon sign that I have put up. If you do enjoy those readings, please let me know. I did enjoy doing them, so if you do enjoy them, I will do them again for you. Otherwise, if you do enjoy this, please do like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. It's free, it's fun, it helps it get to our other Virgos. And without further ado, let's get at it. We don't do reversals on this, as this is just a general energy reading for your weekend and into next week. And we do use this deck for your general energy. We do use another regular tarot deck for your challenge, and 3 oracle decks to try to give you a full scope in case you were wondering. So let's get started here. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords, okay? And this is letting me know that you have a quick coming opportunity, okay? This could be information, it could be news, it could be an opportunity either for business or relationship. So if there's something you've kind of been waiting on news for, waiting on something to come in to you, this does look like it is coming very soon. So I don't see that this is going to be much of a wait for you. I do feel like that is on its way. So I do feel as though that could be something that you may have already been kind of expecting. For many of you, perhaps you were waiting on this news. Maybe you were waiting for information about a job that you had been applying for. Maybe you were waiting on your tax return. Maybe you were waiting on some information regarding, you know, something that you had in the works already, okay? And it's coming in quickly, so soon you will be hearing if you have not already. However, we have the Hanged Man energy. So that lets me know that whatever this information is, you are contemplative about it. Okay, so you're putting a lot of thought into this. So perhaps either the information was not, or the news was not what you expected to hear completely, or was not what you wanted to hear. Or perhaps it was completely different news than what you had in mind. Or this could be just a completely different opportunity. For real. I mean, honestly, it could be something where, you know, yes, maybe this is, you know, you got your whatever you were waiting on information, but you also got something else that popped up in the interim that you didn't expect. So now you're contemplating what to do with that. But for many of you, the vibe that I do feel, what I am getting out of this is that for many of you, you kind of got a surprise, okay? I feel like what came in was potentially something you were kind of waiting for. So I think you had kind of a preconceived notion of something, and the information that came in, or the news that came in, or the opportunity that came in was a little bit different than what you expected. So if you were waiting for a job opportunity or offer, maybe you got the job opportunity or offer, but not exactly the way you wanted it. So they offered you a different position or a different pay scale than what you expected. If you got your tax return, you got a tax return, but it came in and they said, okay, but it wasn't exactly how you filed it or thought you were getting what you thought you were getting, something of that nature. So something that you kind of expected to go a certain way, perhaps, came in just a little bit off, just a little different. And it's put you in a contemplative state, okay, where you're kind of like, wait a minute, this is not at all how I thought this was going to go or what I expected. So now I need to kind of rethink what do I need to do about this? Or did I make a mistake? Do I need to fix something? Do I need to go back and negotiate? What do I need to do to kind of fix this? So I do feel like perhaps that's what's going on here. I feel like this news that's rushing into you or coming in quickly it's not necessarily bad news. It's just different than what you anticipated. And down here we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, so this is stress. Okay, this is anxiety. This is like keeping you up at night. And again, I do feel like, again, this is something where you are contemplative about this because, again, you are kind of stressing and struggling over what to do. You're deep in thought about how to handle this information that's come in, this opportunity perhaps that's come in, because, again, it's not what you expected. And perhaps you're a person who is very set in your expectations, or you're a person who, once you get something in your head, you kind of do not like any diversions. You do not like anything to be different or off course. You've kind of like, look, this is what I wanted. This is what I had planned. This is how I expected it to be. And so anytime anything's a little bit different or off, it really throws you for a loop. Okay. I'm that way myself. So I kind of can get that. And it really does stress me out, because it's like, wait a minute, that is like not at all what we discussed, or what I expected, or what I was wanting. Okay. And this could even be with a relationship. Okay. So it doesn't have to be, for most of you, to be quite frank, my intuition is telling me that this is more along the lines of, you know, finances, business, you know, monetary, could be, you know, something that type of sense. Okay. But that's not necessarily the case for all of you. This could be for some of you, you know, even a relationship. Maybe you were like, let's call it negotiating relationships with somebody. You know, you were discussing this idea of, you know, we're going to move in together. We're going to do whatever together. This opportunity had come forward that you were really ready to move forward with this plan with your relationship, to do something to propel your relationship forward, this kind of thing, that kind of thing. And all of a sudden, you know, you get information in that the brakes are put on that. You know, it could be something where your plans to move in together fell through, or you found out something about the relationship. That's the news that rushed in that kind of put the kibosh on the relationship. Okay. Maybe you found out something that this news came rushing in, and it's really changed your whole entire view about your relationship. Okay. And you're like, I have to completely rethink everything. I was getting ready to marry this person. I was getting ready to move in with this person. I was getting ready to join checking accounts with this person. I was getting ready to have kids with this person, whatever you were going to do. You know, this could very much be, for some of you, what is going on. And again, the situation is, it was something you were planning, something you were expecting, and the news coming in is not what you wanted to hear, not what you expected to hear. Okay. It's not what you had planned. That's more kind of the vibe that I see. So again, it's put you in this very intentionally contemplative state where you are, you know, you're really having to go inside and think, what do I need to do? I have to completely reframe everything about this. What am I going to do now? And that's very stressful for many of you. I mean, it's stressful for anybody, to be honest with you. Let's just be honest. Anytime that you have something in mind, you've kind of hung your hat on that. You've kind of, you know, planned around that, and then it falls through, or it's, you know, for some people, it takes the littlest thing. I'm that person. It takes a tiny little change, diversion, you know, hitch in the giddy up. And I am like, totally, what am I going to do? Freak out person. That's just me. That's my mode. Okay. Some people, it has to be drastic before they go into stress mode. They're just chill and vibe. You know, they're like, let me think about it. We'll handle it, you know, keep calm and carry on. So you know yourself, and you know what it's taking to stress you. That'll kind of help you determine what, if you already haven't received this news, what kind of level of, you know, information change this might be, what it would take to stress you, because I do feel like you are going to have some anxiety, some stress related to this, with this, you know, this news that's coming in, that everything in my soul here is telling me, everything my intuition is telling me is just something that you did not expect. It's different. You were expecting news, but you were expecting different news. Okay. So again, this is something that has really stressed you out. You know, so this could even be like, you know, you had somebody in your family you were expecting to get better. They were ill. You were expecting them to get better. And all of a sudden you hear, bam, they're getting worse. And, you know, not what you expected. You know, you're stressed out. Of course you are. You know, again, you know what your level it takes to get you to this stress point is. So that should give you some indication of what kind of change of information we would be talking about here, if that hasn't happened to you yet. Okay. So keep that in mind. For me, that could be something as much as like, you know, I was expecting $46 on a tax return and I got 38, and I'm like, what did I do wrong? Am I going to jail? You know, that's me. Okay. And for other people, it's like, it's going to take like a major life shattering event before they're going to be like even, you know, affected at all. So, you know you, and you know what that would be. So let's see what your challenge card is. This might help as well. So King of Cups. Okay. So I feel like this King of Cups energy is the most influential person involved in this news. So again, I do feel like this could be affected by, and I apologize with the lights, we are having power outages here. But I do feel like this could be something that, okay, so this could be a job information, like I said, that's coming in because this is a strong, powerful person, somebody maybe like boss type figure that's telling you, hey, you know, you've been waiting on news about this job, but we're not going to be able to give you the raise or promotion we plan to give you. Change of information, okay? This could be somebody you look at as a dominant figure in your life, a parent, you know, someone that you care about deeply, that again, like could be somebody who was, you know, you thought they were getting better, they've been ill, all of a sudden they are not. Okay, bam, that's your stress level because you get that news coming in and you were thinking they were on the upswing and now all of a sudden something happened and they're not, okay? This could be something where, again, this is representative of, you know, a situation where this is a person you were in a relationship with and you really thought this was a strong, stable, powerful figure. You know, you trusted in them like you would a kingly, stately figure. You trusted in them with all of your, you know, being, and you were ready to move forward in every way, shape, and form with this person. And then this news came rushing in from, you know, a reliable source perhaps, or maybe even it's not necessarily a reliable source, and that's what you're having to think about and stress about. Is it real? Is it not? You know, that kind of thing. But it's really made you question whether you can trust this person going forward and what to do about those plans that you might have had if they were something like moving forward, getting engaged, getting married, you know, whatever it was. Okay. So again, I feel like this person, this figure, is what is the center focus of this information that's coming in and what's causing the issue that is making you very much feel stressed out, feel like you need to reevaluate, really go into a contemplative thought process here, because this news about him, and this could be indicative of, like I said, this could be indicative of the government. If it's something that your tax comes in and they say, hey, by the way, you know, you thought you were getting 2,000 back, but guess what? We are doing an audit. And because we're the big bad government, we're the monarchy of America, or whatever, as much as we can be, like back in the day, we control everything. We've decided to audit you instead, and a surprise. So, you know, this could be what that is. So, you know, again, that's your challenge right now. But I do feel like we will, you know, we're going to see what kind of information we can get to help you try to get through this. These are, this is the psychic deck. So we'll put this with your information up here on your Knight of Swords and see what kind of information we can get to help clarify a little bit or give you some advice to try to get you through these steps. And again, for some of you, if you know you're an over dramatic type of person like I am, or things rattle you a little bit easier than others, it may not even be a big deal. You know, like I said, it could be something small and it just rattles you because you know who you are. But if you're a person who is not easily rattled at all, this might be something that you need to kind of prepare for. So Knight of Swords, what do we got here? So sacrifice, okay? So I do feel like that this information that is coming in is going to require some sacrifice on your part, and you are going to have to really evaluate something. Again, this could be you're going to have to sacrifice your relationship if it's news that, you know, you found out that they were lying, cheating, stealing, whatever. If this is job, you know, and they're telling you, you know, you were planning on having this new position, planning on having this extra money, planning on all this stuff, and news comes in, sorry, you know, we did our first quarter finances and we just can't afford to give it to you like we promised. My bad, you know, or whatever, you know, or you applied for that job and you were sure it was going to be this much, blah, blah, blah. Well, we can hire you, but, you know, unfortunately after first quarter, we were only able to pay you X amount when we thought we were going to be able to pay you, you know, this amount. So there may be some serious sacrifice with this on your part. If you want to moving forward. So That may be something you just have to keep in mind and decide, is it worth it to you? Is it not? Kind of evaluate your own, your needs, your desires, what's important to you going forward. Because I do feel, again, and that would certainly explain your deep thought, contemplation, and some anxiety, because anytime you have to sacrifice something that you weren't planning on it, it's a nerve-wracking situation, even if it's a small thing. You know, you're planning on getting a tax return, and now, you know, by the way, we noticed that you made a mistake on your taxes last year, so we're keeping this year's tax return to pay off that. Okay, well, crap, I was planning that money for X, Y, and Z, and I needed it. Okay, that's a problem. Now you're gonna have to sacrifice somewhere else to make up for that, you know, stress, right? So, so what do we got here that will help to kind of clarify this King of Cups and the Hanged Man? Okay, discernment. All right, and that again is falling exactly along with that Hanged Man. Deep thought. Okay, you are contemplative. You are intentionally contemplative. The Hanged Man is not like, you know, something where you're not, you know, you're forced into this or that. It's something where you're intentionally going into a contemplative state. Okay, so you are trying to be very discerning. You're trying to make a good decision going forward about what you need to do with this new information, this new offer, this new opportunity, this new knowledge, whatever it is. Okay, so what this is telling you is make sure whatever it is, you are making the best decision you can. So again, even if this is somebody's health and you find out that you thought that everything was on the upswing and all of a sudden they just took a deep dive, you know, and the doctors are saying to you, you know, what do you want to do here? You need to just arm yourself with as much knowledge as you can and be discerning. You know, you have to really and truly, you're going to have to just put on your thinking cap and really do as much as you can to arm yourself with knowledge, go into your deep thinking, and really make the best decisions you can. That's really all you can do at this point. Anytime something's offered. Same thing with if this is a job opportunity that changed. This is a relationship that you found out some information you're not thrilled with. You need to weigh all sides. What's worth it to you? What's not? What can you sacrifice? What can you not? I mean, what's worth it to sacrifice and what's not? Again, you have to discern that, decide that, make those choices based on what's important for you. Because you're the one who has to live with it, right? Nobody else does, you do. All right, so let's see what we've got down here with your Nine of Swords, you know, sleepless nights type of anxiety, stress, that kind of struggle. And I do feel, again, that will lessen with the more information you have, the more knowledge you have. It doesn't mean it's going to help necessarily make things go away, especially if it's a stressful situation for, you know, health or finances or anything like that. Sometimes it's just a stressful situation. You can't help it. But the more, you know, knowledge is power, and the more you are kind of aware of it, I think the better you're able to kind of handle it or work with it, work within the confines of what you have. So let's see what we've got here with that. So it says, you can radically change your results by shifting your beliefs. What belief is limiting you? So again, like I said, if you're going to have to work within the confines, okay, of what you know. Again, you know, there's nothing you can really do to get rid of stress when something's happened, as far as, you know, if somebody's ill and you can't change that, it's out of your control, but you have to make the best decisions you can and work within those confines. You know, if it's something that you found out somebody's super cheating on you or lying to you and you were ready to marry this person, I mean, you have to decide what's important to you. What are your beliefs? You know, can you shift those beliefs to say, okay, I can get over that and move forward with this person because I trust that they won't do it again or whatever, or I trust that they didn't really do it and this is just talk. You know, you have to decide what you can deal with and what you can't. You have to decide by shifting your own thought process and your beliefs and putting things through. What can you sacrifice and what can you not? What can you deal with and what can you not? And you have to make the decisions according to that, because that is the only way that you're going to be able to deal with the stress and put it behind you. Otherwise, you're going to be in the stress forever, right? You have to decide what you can tolerate, what you can handle, what you can accept, and what you can't. Make the decision accordingly. I don't care if this is a job opportunity where they say, we just can't give you that promotion. You know, you have to decide whether you're going to stay or whether you're going to go. If they offer you a job and they say, okay, we offered it to you, we know we promised you this amount of money, we can only give you this amount, you have to decide, is that job worth taking for less money. You know, you were promised more. There may be a principal there to you, but do you enjoy the job? Do you feel like in the long run it'll be worth it to you to take it? If so, and you are okay with shifting that opinion to, hey, in the long run, I can look in the long run rather than the I need the money right now concept. And that's more important to me, is how I feel in the long run, being in a stable job in the long run, having the funds in the long run. Then, okay, then that's going to be something you can discern, choose, sacrifice now for the long run, and put that behind you. That's the only way you're going to be able to put the stress behind you and move forward. Okay. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, please do like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. Otherwise, I hope to see you back later. Bye.